Hello friends, welcome to the eighth session of a deep foundation in which we will discuss the remaining part of a pier and cation. The Indian version of open cation are known as a foundation well. In the India, mostly it is used for the foundation of bridges. Uh, it is made up of a masonry or concrete as a common type. Sinking is usually accompanied by gravity force aided by the inside excavation. This is the figure of a well foundation which is open at the bottom. Usually, initially it is open from top also. Wall is known as a staining. It is provided with a well curves at the bottom and cutting edge at a this cutting edge at the bottom. A circular well is commonly employed for ease of a sinking. The depth of wall, this depth of a wall uh, should be greater than the square depth and should provide minimum grip length. The staining must be thick to make the well heavy enough to overcome the skin friction during the sinking. Both masonry and the concrete stainings are reinforced with a steel to withstand the stresses that may develop during a sinking. The pneumatic caissons is the one type of a caisson which are closed at a top and open at a bottom, which is open at a bottom during the definitely construction. Essential features of a pneumatic caisson is that compressor is used to exclude the water or to remove the water from a working chamber at the bottom such that men can work in the extension can be done in the dry condition. The method of construction of pneumatic caisson is similar to the open caisson except that working chamber is kept airtight. In order to keep the subsoil water out, the pressure of the shaft is just higher than that of the water at that depth. And however, the tolerable air pressure under which man can work is limited, definitely we know, is 3.5 kg per centimeter square. And therefore, the limiting head of water is equal to H is equal to P by gamma. Therefore, 3.5 into the 0.1, and therefore it is about 35 meter. Thus, the pneumatic caissons are used if head of water is in between 12 to 35 meter only. This is the figure of a pneumatic caisson. If you see at the top, there are the two locks. One is the main lock for sending the men, and second is the lock for removing the excavated material. Two gates, definitely there are two gates at a lock, two gates at a entry, and the man can work for 45 minutes in the under the compressed air, and then needs a rest of 5 hours. Then this is the difference between the open caisson and the pneumatic caisson. Open caissons are ordinarily excavation plants for dredging, whereas here a special compressed air is used. No unusual precautions are taken. Here in the pneumatic caisson, special medical care is to be taken. No limit of a depth for open caisson. Definitely here restriction is of 35 meter. No risk to the life, hazardous to the life. Pneumatic caissons are. Obstacles are not seen. Here, as the bottom is open, therefore obstacle can be seen and well handled. Bottom is inaccessible. Bottom is accessible. Underwater cleaning is possible. Clean in the dry. Then hard material, it is difficult to excavate a open caisson. In any type of material, you can excavate in the case of pneumatic caisson. Then what is the caisson disease? As we have said, during the sinking of pneumatic caissons, men have to work under the compressed air. And definitely at a high pressure, occasionally some men suffer from a giddiness, pains in ears, breaking of eardrums, or bursting of blood vessels in the nose or ear. The trouble usually starts during the decompression, and men are affected by what known as a caisson disease. Definitely during a decompression, the influences of excessive nitrogen in the blood and the tissue cause the trouble. The gas thrown in the form of a bubble causes the problems in the veins, joints causes the bends, spinal cord causes the paralysis, and heart causes the attack. And therefore, decompression at a slow rate is a precaution against this disease. Now, while sinking a open caisson and the wells, Following are the difficulties encountered. The caisson or well sinks when the weight of shaft overcomes the definitely the skin resistance. Uniform subsoil condition does not present any serious problem during the sinking, but the non-homogeneous hard layers can be problematic. The first type of a difficulty is the tilting or tilt, most common problem in the caisson sinking. A tilt of up to 1 in 16 to 100 is tolerable. For rectification of excessive tilt, if it tilts more than this limit, then for rectification of this excessive tilt, grabbing or dredging on the higher side, strutting on the lower side, or eccentric loading on the higher side, or hooking on the lower side are the some measures which will rectify the tilt. Then sometimes the well or a caisson gets shifted from alignment, and therefore any shift from the alignment would change definitely the span length and induce the eccentric load on the pier shaft. Maximum shaft shift should be limited to about 300 mm, and some of the measures to rectify the tilt also reduce the shifting. Then the hanging up. Many times problem arises when the top layer exerts a greater skin resistance than the bottom layers. Shaft practically hangs up and develops the tensile stresses. Then the fourth problem is the obstruction. Hard clay pockets or large boulders are usually the obstructions to the hard clay pockets or large boulders are usually obstruction. Chisel or hammers are used to break these obstacles. Localized blasting is also used. Many times we found a sloping rock bed, and tilt of the shaft is definitely inevitable if curves rest on the sloping rock bed. Props or temporary supports are provided on the low side to overcome this sloping. Then the sand blows. In a non-cohesive levers, inflow of water causes the flow of fine material which needs to be dredging out, and the dredging increases in the volume, helping without helping in the sinking, also disturb the alignment of a shaft. Then how to do the well design, that is foundation well design. Following are the components of a well design. We know staining, then the wall of shaft which is known as a staining. It is thick enough to cause the sinking under self weight. The minimum thickness of wall should be 1/8 of the external diameter, minimum 300 mm. Staining should increase with the depth of 100 by 100 mm for every 3 meter in the step. RCC staining should be minimum 225 mm in the thickness. Then the curve. Definitely curve is the lowest part of RCC wall. It should resist the stresses due to the sand blows and the light blasting. Cutting edge, useful to act the soil at a edge. It is pointed at a 30 degree to vertical as a raft with a 12 mm plate anchored with a wall concrete. Bottom and top plug. The bottom plug seals the bottom. It is sufficient thickness to resist the uplift. The shaft is backfilled with the sand or lean concrete and topped by the top concrete and the plug and the cap. These are the formulas usually used for method followed for the finding the ASP, that is allowable soil pressure in the case of design of a well. This is divided into the 2-3 parts, that is clay, sand and the rock. For the clays, QU is equal to QP plus QS as our usual pile foundation. The QU into AP into FS into AS, where QU is C and C, and here FS is alpha C, where alpha into C, where alpha is taken equal to 0.5 as it is a bored, that means excavated. Then the for sands and gravel, smaller of the following two values should be chosen according to IS 3955. Set pressure for a pier, Q1 is equal to 0.105 n square B into W gamma plus 0.314 in bracket 100 plus n square in multiplied by dF into WQ. And for caissons, Q1 is equal to 0.1 n square B W gamma plus 0.628 in bracket 100 plus n square dF into WQ, where n is the corrected standard penetration number. and the unit pressure is calculated like QP is equal to 108 N minus 3 in bracket B plus 0.3 divided by 2 times B whole square into W gamma for settlement of a 40 mm. Lower value, smaller of these two values is taken as a ASP for the sands. Then for rocks, the safe bearing pressure may be taken 1/5 to 1/8 of the crushing strength of the rock specimen or permeable strength of concrete, which is smaller. In this way, the allowable soil pressure is determined in the case of different types of soil, or when the well or caissons are piers are resting on the different types of strata. Thank you.